Hey YouTube, I'm back once again with some more pickups. So if you watched either of the last couple of videos, I had a few bits and bobs that I picked up to trade into CEX, and also that bunch or job lot of Xbox 360 games I got from Facebook Marketplace, which a few of them were worth for trading in. And I was undecided at the time where I was going to go, as in which CEX or which town, and I had a look online on Monday night and something stood out immediately. It's been on my wish list and I've been actively looking for a couple of years now, on both on eBay and on CEX, and for that matter on Zavvi, which I'm not sure if they still have it in stock, but whenever they have a sale, it's never really in their sale. And we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But that got me thinking about something else, that there's a series that I've never been able to get the last series of. I had looked for that, and there was one not far away. So my first stop yesterday was in Peterlee. And my intention was, because of the amount of vouchers that I had, I'd looked at 3 different stores and I'd decided exactly what I was going to get pretty much from each store. But of course things don't always go to plan. Anyway, when I got to Peterlee, they had the series that I wanted, and it's Star Wars Rebels. This is the complete 4th season, and the last season was 12 quid. It's considering this has been out for what, 2 years now, maybe more. It's still quite expensive, but because I was paying with vouchers, I didn't mind so much. But yeah, I haven't seen any of this yet, so I'm quite looking forward to getting that series finished. While I was in there, I also spotted another copy of the Devil's Double. This one again for £1, specifically for the black case. As many of you know, if you've been watching for a little while, I'm collecting different coloured cases for different collections, and I'm collecting these for the 88 films, movies that didn't come in a black case. Some did, some didn't, and for the ones that I own, I think I only need about 3 or 4 more. Now there's still a bunch that I don't own that I'll end up buying cases for at some point, but that just gives me another one. And then I saw a digibook, Les Miserables, Les Miserables, for £1.50, which I thought was a bit of a bargain. So you've got a single disc, put that out the way, and a book in there. So that's a pretty nice release. I was quite surprised to see that at such a cheap price, and it turned out not being the only, should I say, digibook of the day. Although some of you might question my sanity when you actually see the other one that I bought. And while I was in town, I decided to have a quick look through the charity shops, and yeah, I found a few bits and bobs. Now, occasionally on these hunts I pick up CDs, and I don't normally bore you with CDs, because I know 90% of people don't come here to look at CDs, but these 2, really just for context. So these were from, where were they? I want to say the Salvation Army, but I honestly don't remember now. I'm just seeing if any of these have got a label on, but they haven't. But they were selling 6 for £1, and it was mix and match CDs and DVDs, and I was really struggling after 2 on the DVDs. So yeah, I ended up picking up a couple of CDs in the end, which were those 2. I know most people aren't bothered. The first thing that I saw, and the first thing that I picked up, was The Last Airbender on Blu-ray. Now this is a foreign release, even though it's got a UK rating on there. It's a sticker that somebody's put on. I can't remember whether I determined where this came from or not. It's probably a US release, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, for what equates to what 17p. Is that right? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, 17p. Why not? And the other one that I saw that I thought I've got to get, even though I want to get this on Blu-ray at some point, is Bicentennial Man. I absolutely love this film, and it's quite some time since I've seen it. But then I also saw The Quiet Ones. Don't know anything about this, but it's a Hammer Presents. It's a modern horror. Then I saw Jared Harris was in it. I thought, yeah, I'm going to give that a go. And then finally, I don't know anything about this, but it's a Film 4 release, and I've got a little bit of a collection of Film 4 movies now, so I thought, well, why the heck not? Badgie on the Beach. Don't know anything about that one. And I thought I was done, and I was about to go to the counter, and I spotted at the back of the store they had a few more video games and Blu-rays, so I thought I'll go and have a look. And most of the Blu-rays were £2. This one was £1. Another copy of The Hunger Games. It's a double disc in a red case, and I've been using those red cases to fill out my MCU 3D collection. So I thought, why not? I'll have that for £1. Walked up to the counter. Pretty much those on the bottom anyway. I think I might have had the CDs on the top, I'm not sure. And then that turned over facing like that, so she could see the price, knowing that I was going to be spending £1 on those 6 and then £1 on that one. And I put them down. She grabbed all this, scanned, I guess, the donation thing, put it back, and she said, "That's £1, please." I'm thinking, hold on. And I was pretty much like a deer in headlights for about 5 seconds. I was stunned. And luckily I had my mask on, so she probably didn't see the look of confusion on my face. So I just gave her the £1 and thought, brilliant, I've saved £1. She obviously didn't count them. She just assumed there were 6 there and charged me the £1, so I wasn't going to argue. But as I'd saved £1, and the next shop I went into was the British Heart Foundation. Didn't see much in there, but for £1, I thought, why not? Some cheap and cheesy, I'm sure, Nicolas Cage action, The Humanity Bureau. I've never heard of this. There is a Blu-ray, because I checked to see if there was one on CEX and they had it listed, but there wasn't one anywhere near close that I could have got. But yeah, I'm happy to have this on DVD for now, maybe get the Blu-ray if I enjoy it. But it's 101 films release for 99p, so what I saved on that pretty much paid for that. Then the last of the charity shops in Peterlee was YMCA. We were doing 10 for £1. Again, I mixed and matched a few CDs, but I won't bore you with them. I'll just show you the 7 of the 10 that I got that were DVD. So I found another Sunday for Sammy, this one being 2004. I think this is probably the oldest one that I own now. I'm not sure what the other ones. I know I've definitely got 2006 and 2016. I'm not sure what the others are, but I think this might be the oldest that I own. The Imitation Game, again, it's one that's on Blu-ray. I've never seen this, but for 10p, I thought I'd grab it. This completes my Father Ted collection. It's been series 3. I've got all of series 1 and 2, but I just didn't have series 3. Some more Friends. We've got series 8, episodes 21 to 23. This, I'm pretty sure now, is the last I need for series 8. Nostalgia Show. It's been Vintage Vehicles. This is where I was starting to struggle for titles to make up the 10, but I grabbed that one because why not? Same with this one. The first movie on here I've kind of heard of, the second one I haven't, but I'm sure they're both very cheap, low budget films. First one being Cyclone and the second one being Female Perversions. Again, for 10p, why not? And then this I was so pleased to have found. I've not seen this out in the wild for a very long time. It's a film I first saw, I rented it actually on VHS in 1990. And I remember distinctly because I'd just come out of the pictures. I'd been to see Back to the Future 3. And I was going in the rental shop to try and find Back to the Future 1 and 2 because I wanted to rewatch them, and spotted this one while I was in there. I knew nothing about it, ended up renting it and loved it ever since. Bad Taste from Peter Jackson. Absolutely superb. Ultra cheesy, quite gross out film, which I absolutely love. And for 10p, that was a bargain. I didn't even check to see. I'm pretty sure this has probably got a bit of value on CX, but I didn't even check. I just love this so much. Question: I've not looked, and I probably will look after I've finished this, but does this exist anywhere on Blu-ray? I'm sure it must do. I've never ever seen it in the UK. I've never looked for it for that matter, but I've never ever seen it on any kind of listing or out and about on Blu-ray in the UK. That's not to say that it exists, it might do. I've just never come across it. Then we continued on to Sunderland, which was my intended original destination when I spotted something on CEX. And while I was there, I had a short list of maybe 5 or 6 items that I thought I might pick up, but there was 2 definites. And one was the whole reason for me taking the trip, and I was so pleased when I got there. And not only that it was in good condition, in great condition and complete, because, well, we'll look at it. So this is the Steelbook. That's right, I said Steelbook. Series 2 of Star Wars Rebels. Now, you know me with Steelbooks. Once upon a time I was the biggest Steelbook collector. I used to buy pretty much anything that came out on Steelbook in the UK, but I became very jaded after Zavvi kind of flooded the market with just about anything that they could put out on Steelbook. But not only that, then put them out again and then reissued them again, and I got to the point where no more, I'm done. So the only Steelbooks that I now have in my collection are Star Wars. And like I say, I've been on the lookout for this for a couple of years now. So it comes with the J card, which is, for me, is important. I've got to have these things complete, so I'm really happy about that. And like I say, this thing looks to be, on the surface at least, mint. It's a 3-disc set. Sadly, we're back to blue discs, whereas the other Star Wars releases, at least the ones I've had recently, have been pictured discs, and I think pretty much every one of these Disney, who normally do blue discs as well, but these Pixar Disneys that I got at the weekend are all picture discs. But hey ho, it is what it is. But yeah, it's a lovely set, and I'm so happy. Unfortunately, this was a Zavvi exclusive. That's not the unfortunate part. Well, it kind of is, I suppose. But unfortunately, Zavvi haven't put out series 3 or 4 so far, at least, as a steelbook. So I already have series 1. Whether that'll ever happen, I don't know. And the other one I wanted while I was there is another Doctor Who. This one I have seen before and I really enjoyed. It's Spearhead from Space. John Pertwee's first story, I believe. And it's complete with the booklet. And that is the alternate artwork, which is matching to the classic DVD releases of, or the DVD release of classic Doctor Who, I should say. So that's the the standard artwork for this release, which is pretty much the same picture. You've just got the little bit at the top, which is it's just standard on most Doctor Who DVD releases. So yeah, another one to tick off. And then one that wasn't on my list, but when I saw it I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to have a look at that. The Fault in Our Stars. Comes with the slipcover, and for £1 I thought, yeah, we'll have that one. Turns out it comes with a bunch of art cards, which I didn't realise. There's also a digital copy in here, which I haven't tried yet, but I'll be trying that out soon. And while I was in Sunderland again, got to have a look around the charity shops. In Age UK, I came across another Stanley Kubrick snapper case. This one being for Clockwork Orange, 49p. So chuffed to have got that. This was originally, or not originally, but at some point went through That's Entertainment by the looks of it, with was it £3? No, it must have been £5 or £2.99 each. So £5, £2.99 each. This one is a widescreen. Oddly, whereas the two I got last week were both full screen for some reason. There we go. Anyway, just about that. These I absolutely jumped on the moment I saw them. They had 4 out of the 5 seasons. They were missing season 1. I already have 1 and 2, but I bought seasons 3, 4 and 5. Fringe, all with their slips. These were £5 each. This one I could probably get in I can get in CX for £5. I did see it yesterday in CX, but without the slipcover. So yeah, I was happy to have got that. Again, Series 4 and Series 5 both come with digital copies. Again, I haven't tried them yet, but the slips are inside with the code, so I'll give them a go. But yeah, I'll not open that because the code's in there. But yeah, really, really happy that finally finishes off that set. So I've got all 5 series now. And then I went into Poundland. Now, my local Poundland for months, even before lockdown, had been very poor when it came to especially Blu-rays. They still had a fair bit of DVDs, but they didn't seem to have had anything new for a long time. And when I went in after lockdown, I'd not been in for a couple of months at least, the DVD section was decimated. There was nothing on the shelf except for Christmas films, and the Blu-rays were down to, I'd say, the last 20 or so, probably a third of what they used to have. And they were all titles that had in there for a long time. I found out very recently the reason for that is they're closing and moving to a new, much bigger shop, which opens this Saturday, I believe. So I'm kind of fingers crossed with what, considering some of the stuff I saw yesterday, they might be getting some decent stuff in. But in Sunderland, they had a reasonable amount, but there was only a couple of titles that I had any interest in. So I've got Beyond Skyline. Now I do have Skyline, I've never seen it as yet, but this was the one that shocked me. FX2, The Deadly Art of Illusion, the sequel to FX Murder by Illusion. This is a 101 Films release. I think this only came out last year on Blu-ray, and I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked to have found this in Poundland. They didn't have the first one, sadly, so hopefully they will in somewhere. But I did visit another Poundland later on in the day yesterday. that's a whole different story, which we'll get into right away, because it's actually next on my pile, even though it was the last place I visited yesterday. So after I finished in Sunderland, we were getting on for about 5 o'clock. And my next stop was the Metrocentre. Now, last time I went to the Metrocentre, I went there first and then moved on to Newcastle. I deliberately did the Metrocentre last this time, just because their shops are open a little bit later. And as I hit Poundland, as I was walking in the door, the lady said to me, "Oh, we close in 2 minutes." And for a second, I was about to turn around. I thought, you know what? No, I'll have a look. I said, I'll be really quick, and I ran in, and I literally had a minute to look through the Blu-rays. There was a few titles in there I hadn't seen that I was kind of on the fence. Should I buy? Should I not? And I was pretty much of the intent of just having a quick look and leaving, until I saw one copy and one copy only of a digibook, the second digibook of the day. Now, some people are probably going to question my sanity for buying this, regardless of being a digibook, but it's a digibook, and I grabbed it. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. I have no words. I had to get it. I had to get it. Like I say, it was the only one on the shelf. I had a split decision to make. I didn't even know this existed. I don't know. I've not looked, actually. I should have had a look last night, but I've not looked to see if this is even a thing on CX. Now, that other digibook, which is somewhere down there, is that it there? Yeah, that one doesn't exist on CX as a digibook. They have it priced as just the standard edition, or at least that's what I paid for, is the standard edition. Maybe it's been mispriced, I don't know. Have I got my... yeah, let's just have a look. This damn thing's so slow, it's so old. So, right, well that's interesting, because I just scanned that and it comes up as a limited edition steelbook, which is clearly not, at £3.50. Let's just see if it didn't quite get it, because I know I wasn't central. Yep, so it's done it again. So this is another one that's been mispriced at £1.50. That's interesting. Let's try this one. We can't, because there's a sticker on the damn thing. Come on, there we go. Doesn't recognise it. Well, there you go. So, who knows? Yeah, it is what it is. Then, lastly, this is all from CX. And the reason I went to the Metrocentre in the first place was for this. Battlestar Galactica, the plan. Like you might have seen in one of the previous videos, I've just bought the complete series of Battlestar Galactica box set, which doesn't include this. Now, this is a US release. I actually did see this on the shelf when I was there a few weeks ago. Comes with a slipcover, so I was fairly drawn to go into this one. I kind of got a walk around the Metrocentre while I was there, so it wasn't a wasted trip. But yeah, I did go specifically for this, but this isn't the only thing I got, although I didn't get that much else. What does shock me is the price of this. I mean, maybe this has gone out of print, I don't know. But there's a steelbook version of this, which CX sell for £8. Now, it's the only one, it's the only title that I'm aware of that the Steelbook edition is actually cheaper than the standard edition. I'm sure there are other titles that do that. There's plenty of Steelbooks that are very, very, very cheap in CEX, as little as £1. So who knows? There's probably the titles. But yeah, the next nearest one to me was a Steelbook down in Leeds, I think. It was totally the opposite direction. But yeah, I was drawn to this because of the release, rather than being just this TV movie. It's the American release with the slipcover. It's a Universal, so I'm pretty sure that it's region free. There's nothing on the back there that I could see that stated there's a region lock on it. Maybe you can see what I can't see there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's a region free. But at least that completes. It kind of completes, I suppose, Battlestar Galactica for me, at least modern, as opposed to 70s Battlestar Galactica. There's the Blood and Chrome film, which I've also already own. Technically, there's a extended cut of Razor that is available on DVD. Whether that's got a Blu-ray release, I don't know. The version of that that's on in the box set is I was about to say theatrical. It's the aired cut. So yeah, Battlestar Galactica. The plan. I spotted another Phase 2 MCU slip. This time Guardians of the Galaxy. This was £3.50. Like all the others, it's just the standard release inside. But yeah, another one to tick off the list. I think that brings me to what, 7 or 8 maybe. And then a whole bunch of Friends snappers that I needed to bolster the collection. It doesn't complete the collection, but it certainly brings me a few steps closer. So in no particular order, we've got Series 7, episodes 21 to 23. Series 7, episodes 9 to 12. Series 6, episodes 17 to 24. Series 9, episodes 21 to 23. Series 4, episodes 17 to 23. There's a lot of final series episodes. Final episodes of each series is the word I'm trying to get out. Releases there. And then finally, Series 8, episodes 13 to 16. They were all 50p each. So yeah, I don't know how many of these I've got now, but there seems to be quite a lot. So that's it. That's yesterday in a nutshell. Well, it wasn't quite a nutshell. That was almost 30 minutes. But I don't foresee me going out again this week until Saturday. But who knows? I don't technically have anything else to trade, although I do have a few things put aside from my own collection that I had with me yesterday on the off chance that I could have bought something else if there was other stuff that I wanted. And when I got to the Metrocentre, there was a couple of Arrow releases in there that I really wanted to get. But by the time I was in there, it was coming close to 6:30. In fact, it was a little bit earlier. It was probably 20 past 6. But I knew that I was a good 15 minutes walk away from the car park, because the Metrocentre is huge. So going back to the car, getting them, coming back, by which point they probably wouldn't be taking any more trades in. We were probably looking close to being 6:45, 10 to 7, not not too far from them closing. So there wasn't really time for me to go and get that stuff and trade it in. So I had to leave them. And I did sort of ponder with the idea of maybe going back up there on the train later this week. And I still don't know what to do about that. I mean, they're nothing that I have to have in the collection for the kind of films that I really do want. And they were both Arrow releases that were complete with the booklets. And you're never guaranteed that when you order stuff online. So for me to just order them off the website, which would be very easy and probably cheaper for me to do, I'm not guaranteed to get those too. I could get them from a different store. And the chances are, well, maybe not the chances are, but there's a decent chance that they won't come with the booklets. So I'd rather spend a little extra money travelling if needs be, if I know that they're there and they've got the complete. But who knows? Is it worth going up there just for those two? No, probably not. But if I was to make a day of it this time and actually have a full day in the Metrocentre, or even half a day, the couple of hours, less than a couple of hours I had there yesterday, wasn't anywhere near enough to have a full walk around. And I think I can't remember how long it's been, but it's been a very long time since I've actually spent enough time there to walk around the entire Metrocentre. The last few times I've just been there to hit HMV, CEX, and maybe one or two other places. So I don't think I've got anything left to say. So we'll call it a day. We've gone way over the 30-minute mark now. It's a very long time since I've done a video this long. I normally would split them into two if I go over the sort of 20-minute mark. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave this as one video. Most people would have tuned out by now, for whatever reason, and I get it, I suppose. Long videos, I don't like long videos, and I don't like making long videos, which is why I always tend to split things up if they're too long. But people don't watch. A lot of people. There are people out there, and I'm very appreciative that people do sit and watch the whole thing, but not everybody does, and I get it. And I'm just rambling, so I'm going to go, and I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. Cheers. If you've got to this part, just put a thumbs up and just let me know you've got right to the end. Yeah, thanks very much, and I will see you next time. I don't know when that will be. It might be this weekend. Like I mentioned earlier, Poundland, I'm pretty sure opens on Saturday, so I'm going to give that a go. Who knows, they might have getting in there on the opening day. If they've got stock that they've been holding for a while, there could be some decent Blu-rays. Although the amount of money I've spent this last week, I might not be able to get too much. Luckily I didn't spend too much yesterday. I think I got away with less than 20 quid yesterday, which is more than I can say for what I spent at the weekend. I mean, notwithstanding fuel, it was only I think I did a total of under 80 miles yesterday, so it wasn't a huge amount of fuel. Anyway, I don't know how many more times I'm going to say that. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra.